Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today, and some interesting stuff, and some stuff I hope you have to use this information to help you be a better outdoorsman, because there's some really cool things going on in the fall here in Florida Panhandle. Let's take a look at our weather. It's good. High today is going to be 81, low 68. And guess what the water temperature is? Still at 79. Seriously, I'm going to call out there and find out what's going on, because they haven't. It's been so level for so long. I wonder if the hurricane like Sally, when he came in, messed it up, because it's usually not doing. I don't think it's ever done that since I've been doing on the show. Stayed at that level for this 2-week period like this. The river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. Take a look at the Apalachicola at right at 9.8 now. We thought it was going down yesterday, but it stayed up. And it's right at 10 foot basically. And the Choctaw at Caryville, it stayed up a little bit longer than we thought. It's at a 7.5, so it looks like it's going to start going down later on this afternoon and start going down for the weekend. If you're planning some good times on the Choctawhatchee River system, Black Creek and all that area up there, and Bunker and all those good places. Take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Neap tides today, actually neap tides tomorrow, but it's going to pick back up Saturday. We only got 2 days of neap tides. Saturday's going to be a decent day. We've got a low tide that's going to be coming in Saturday, so we got an afternoon good coming in tide if you want to go on the water Saturday afternoon. The wind is coming out of the south today. Yesterday's coming out of the north. It's going to come out of the south today. Tomorrow's going to come out of the northwest. So it's going to come out of south, a variable at 6 to 7 miles an hour. So not much wind factor in outdoors in the woods or on the water. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You ever get it? We sing a song at church every now and then. This is the day the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad in it. And a lot of times I sing that in the morning. I sing to myself and not around anybody. But I always have the attitude, we've got a great day ahead of us. What we're going to do today to make it a great day, and just enjoy life and enjoy the people. You might be working all day, but enjoy the people you work with. You might be doing something and enjoy it, and just stay positive about it. I just felt like somebody needed to hear that this morning. Just rejoice in the day that we have, that we're blessed to have another day and another sunrise. So I just wanted to pass that on. And I'm not going to sing it for you either, but I know a lot of y'all sing that too. There's a lot of truth in it. Let's take a look at this picture. Listen, before we get into them, we're talking about the CCA tournament, the Redfish tournament. It was sort of interrupted this year with the coronavirus, because they sort of slowed it down, but then they extended it. But it's over with now. I'm having trouble finding the results as to who won the big truck and all the nice boats, and I just can't find it online, and I will eventually get it. I may even call some of them that I know and find out who won the big stuff and all. But what made me think about it, yesterday I got this text from a good one of my former students yesterday. He stays in contact with me, lives over in Pensacola, and he fishes the Escambia Bay, but he's always want to know what's going on here, and he tells them what's going on. So our Panhandle Outdoor show at times reaches over to Escambia Bay. Well, he sent this text yesterday. Here's what he said at the bottom of the text right here. Another CCA redfish was caught in Pensacola. This is the second one now, okay? Was caught in Pensacola by a non-registered woman after the tournament had ended. And you see right here's a picture of her. Okay, and I didn't know, I don't know the people's name, but this must have been her husband. The reds have been thick. As the old saying goes, a day late and $1 short. More like a week late and $75 short. For my girl getting a new boat or prize package. Definitely will be registering every year from now on, because they're out there. And there's the tag redfish right there. And they caught it like yesterday or 2 days ago. And anyway, so I just want to, again, we'll find out who won and all, but you can still, if you're registered and you catch one, you can still get a prize. And what I tell you, you can get a prize if you show the picture of it during the season. Even if you don't win, they'll have drawings, and they did have a list of who won what on the drawing. So I was tickled to see that. Now, well, by the way, one of our advertisers, the Sleep Center, they do a great job, and Gail and I bought quite a few of our mattresses. We bought, after the storm and all, just redid the house and got all our new mattresses from the Sleep Center. And they're good folks down there, and they like to fish now. But the recent advertisements, they do a good job with advertisements. They've been the Murphy bed. I know you've seen it advertised, and a lot of times I don't go into the advertising, but I got a kick. Gail told me I use that term too much when I got a kick out of it. I enjoyed seeing the Murphy bed because I have I've always liked the Murphy beds, and I said I want to share some information. Who was Murphy? You ever think about who was Murphy? How did the bed get named after Murphy? Well, it was William Lawrence Murphy, 1876 to 1957. He's the one that got a patent on it. A lot of people make these fold-down beds, and what always intrigued me about these beds like that, I always think about hunting camps and fishing camps where you don't have so much room, and you always want to have, you all know what I'm talking about. You just want to have a bed or two, and without taking up a lot of room. And those Murphy beds was always cool. And but the way he got a patent on it, he did something different and all on the lineup and everything. But and then I remember seeing. I know if you ever watched the Three Stooges, the comedy. Abbott and Costello, they all had some kind of comic routine about the Murphy bed falling on somebody. And the Three Stooges, I always remember seeing some Murphy beds on there, and they're getting trapped in it all. And I did find, how I started researching stuff. I did find there had been one death attributed to it, and actually they said the person was drunk and got trapped in it and suffocated, but that's not bad in 150 years, one death. So anyway, the Murphy beds are just really cool. So I don't have, if I build another fish camp or hunt camp, I would love to get a Murphy bed. All right, we got all kind of pictures. I don't know where to start. Some of y'all ask again about this. When I had Steve Shea on, and by the way, we had a lot of comments when we have Steve Shea on, and people want to know about Share the Harvest and all. This is what he left us with, but and we'll talk more about it, but it's called Share the Harvest from Florida, Hunters for the Hungry, and Deer Shack's in it, and all kind of sponsors and everything, and then there'll be a drawing for a $300 gift certificate. So be aware of that, and if you have a situation where you can do another situation, we talked about this, and that's not that far away, November the 7th, the Elizabeth Bought-Off Tournament, and we'll talk more about it. But here's the raffle tickets right here. You can go buy some of these from Jeff or from down at Sunjammers, and that's a kayak raffle. Okay. And then the other raffle, the $500 gift card. So five tickets for $20, and that goes to a good cause. And it's the 13th annual, November the 7th, the first weekend of November. Okay, and all right, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Tom Martin, one of our loyal viewers, very active in the American Legion and all. They're always doing something positive and raising money. Saturday, October the 17th, right here, they're having, sauerkraut, gravy, potato dumpling, red cabbage. This is a German festival. It's going to be up at Lynn Haven. Let me see. I'm going to read a little note here. It says, "Good morning, Winston. Post 356 Lynn Haven, Oktoberfest Saturday night, annual membership drive, and we appreciate the support of the American Legion." So check out Post 356 in Lynn Haven for some good German food cooked by one of our viewers. And also, let me tell you a quick story. I ran a guy yesterday. I've known him long since he was a teenager. He's about 3 or 4 years younger than me. Well, I wanted to share the story with you because he's a big outdoorsman and lives on right here in the St. Andrew area. Well, folks, we started talking, how you doing, this and that. Well, hadn't been doing good. Well, what happened, he contracted West Nile virus. I won't call that his name. And he said he was in the hospital 7 days. Of course, first thing they checked for was the coronavirus, and they cleared that right away. And they sent it off to the state, blood samples, everything, and the health department. But he just said he was in really bad. He's a healthy guy. He was, he got all kind of symptoms. For 7 days, he's in the hospital. Finally, he still wasn't back to 100%, but he was out. But you know where the West Nile virus comes from? The mosquito bites, and he was outdoors and been to St. Joe Bay, and then been in hunting lease up around Alford. And of course, he's around the house. He said he don't get a lot of mosquitoes. He thinks he might have got it. Well, he's not sure where he got it, but it was just mosquitoes. So anyway, this time of year, just be aware of that. West Nile, it's not a lot of fatalities from it, but it can really, really make you sick. So, and we personally know someone who gets West Nile virus, and knowing he's a healthy guy and everything. So be aware of that. I wanted to pass that on to you. Also, let me see. For you folks up there on Lake Seminole, this is a picture here of Jack Wingate used to have the old hunting lodge. His daughter, Jackie, had a painting made of these two famous signs. That was, "Cuz they bit yesterday," and then on the right, on the way out, he said, "They'll tear it up tomorrow." But that was the legendary signs up there on the eastern shore of Lake Seminole between Bainbridge and Chattahoochee at Jack Wingate's Lunker Lodge. And you've heard me talk about it before. So I want to pass that on to you. And if you're a teenager, I did find some pictures talking about entertaining yourself in our generation. I did not do this, but I had some foolish friends that did stuff like this, going behind a mosquito truck at night. That was an exciting thing to do, but I don't know. They're still alive, so I guess it didn't affect them. But that was just, this is an original photo, someone chasing it. But anyway, I do not do that. I don't think we have many people, but back then it was a big thing to do. Now I want to talk about, how we talk about dogs, and I ran across this other day on outdoor dogs, hunting dogs, and really for any dogs in general. Like 20 points on how to treat the dog. Of course, we all know how to treat them; you just love them. But it made me. I had some great flashbacks to the dogs I've had and field dogs. I'm going to show you this picture here because I remember sometimes driving back and old dog be sleeping like a kid in the truck over there with his head over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read these. There are about 20 of them, but I just wanted they were just, they really meant a lot to me. I know they're going to mean a lot to you. Rules for owning a gun dog. Number one, spend time with them each day. You are their everything. Number two, don't hide your excitement. Let them see the kid in you. Number three, your expectations of bird dog are high, but their expectations of an owner are higher. Okay. And number four, don't sleep on it. Take them to the vet. That's an important one. My dog's gonna feel better tomorrow. You go ahead and take your dog to the vet, and we're all sort of guilty of that. And make sure you take them to the vet. Number five, go hunting with them at least one time, just the two of you, and that means a lot. Number six, tell your new friends about your old dogs, okay? And then let's go on number 8, 9. Let's see, I don't know. Always stop to pet them. Stop walking, sit down. You will see how much they love you. Number 11, treat puppies like puppies. And treat your 12-year-old like he's still a puppy or still the one. Okay, that's important. All right, number 12, know when to retire them and give them everything they want. They gave you everything they had. A lot of times we try to hunt as the dogs get older, sometimes people will try to hunt them too much. Okay, number 13, have patience when they are hard of hearing. It's the bird's fault. Okay. Number 14, show your boys that there's reasons to be gentle in this world. Bird dogs are just one of them. And let's see. Number 15 is good. You helped her down the stairs when she was young. Now help her up them when she is old. Isn't that true? Okay, I'm going to go on to, let me go to the next page, Jeff. Let me see. Number 17. Anyway, they're just, number 17. Enjoy their determination even when it's not after a bird. Number 18, when it's time to say goodbye, don't leave his side. We've been in that situation. Hold him. He knows what's happening, and he's happy you're with him. And number 19, remember them, visit the places that made you both so happy. Think about her while you stop walking and sit down with her daughter on an October afternoon. Is that not prevalent today? Number 20, understand that you cannot fill the hole they left in your heart, but remember them, and they will be with you every step of the way. And I know a lot of y'all out there have dogs, and we've had so many good relationships with dogs, and we know the bond you have. And I see it on fairly regular basis, someone posts about, so-and-so crossed over the Rainbow Bridge, and I understand where they're coming from, and I think about it, and I always flashback to dogs I've had, and I've just had some wonderful dogs. I know y'all have too, and I thought that summed up pretty well, especially if it's what's called a gun dog or a dog you take outdoors a lot. Don't necessarily be a gun dog, just a dog you take outdoors a lot and spend a lot of time with. And I know a lot of y'all have a great relationship with your dogs, and I appreciate it. Okay, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Good folks down there, and they'll treat you right. Well, how about in the middle of the day, one time, 10:37 to 12:37. I always like those middle of the day times because it's just different. Now, we got tournaments coming on. I want to mention this one. I mentioned it earlier, but we right around the corner from, this is like next weekend, October 24th. This is a Brim Tournament, the annual Brim Tournament at Howard's Creek Upper Landing. This is cool. And this is, again, a fundraiser. It's $30 a boat. The weigh-in's at 3 p.m. and they start at 7. And it's a Mason tournament. But anyway, you go down there if you don't want to fish. How about getting a fish plate, $10 a plate, all the fixings, and start eating about 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Do like next Saturday. That'll be a good place to go, and it'll be fun. And we're going to try to make that one. I don't know about fishing it, but we may do that. But anyway, that's the fundraiser. I started thinking about all the tournaments in the fall. We're having a Brim tournament, okay? Then we're having that black drum tournament down at East Point, Howard Creek, East Point. Then we're having a catfish tournament at Lake Seminole. I wrote down redfish tournament over here in St. Andrews, and then a king mackerel tournament. I always have king mackerel in the fall. That's 5 different fish that you can fish in the tournament in the coming weeks. So does that not a reflection of the Florida Panhandle? I got to really enjoy that. So anyway, let's go to move something else now. After the storm and everything, I've had this on the show before. I like to do it periodically because we have new viewers coming on all the time. This is that wind-up flashlight. You see me doing it. You don't need any batteries and everything. And I really use this a lot during Hurricane Michael. And sometimes we forget. So you wind it up, and then, of course, you can see, okay, can y'all see that? But I still keep this handy, and there's so many ways you can use it, but you don't have to have batteries. So anytime you have some kind of wind-up mechanism, has its own little self-enclosed generator, those are good things. And I recommend that you have those and go to Outdoor Show store. And I first saw that at a show, the reason I was saying that, and they're really cool. I have to show this picture of my granddaughter Maddie. I've had on before. It's fall. And this time, and when she was little, when all our grandkids were little, they'd always come out of the house and we would carve pumpkins. Well, we'd like to see the tradition going on. She sent me a picture last night. She and her dad, Chip, they were carving a pumpkin, and she sent me the picture of it. And she knew I'd like it because she put a Panhandle Outdoors cap on it. So Maddie Chester, I'm very proud of you and the work you did. I got stars in the eyes. So good job, Maddie. So I hope y'all get to do some things like that. One more picture to show you. While I was talking about dogs earlier, and they have a sense of humor too, and also sometimes your dog's going to do something like this: a hunting dog for sale. When the bird, I don't know who, I just picked this picture up because he's looking for the turkey and all the birds out there in the woods. So anyway, so for sale. So anyway, let's move on. We were talking about outdoors and things like shooting and all, and I was talking to Ronnie. By the way, I know you heard me say it over and over, ammunition is short supply. Gail and Winnie had been here a couple of days, and we had to run over to Sandestin or Destin. In that way, I always run by Bass Pro Shop. I don't buy a lot of stuff there, but I just like walking through there. And one of the things I love is they have these old pictures on the wall, and it's local pictures of Destin, an old fishing fleet, very similar to the pictures in my book, and I read every one of them every time I go. But I look around and all, but I walked by the ammunition. They didn't have much ammunition at all. I mean, the shell, blank, blank, blank. And when I got back, on the way back, I called Ronnie. I said, Ronnie, how's your ammo? He said, Winston, we're getting it on a regular basis. We never know what we're going to get. And I was asking about different calibers. And yesterday he had a lot of 243. He said it'd be gone by the end of the day. So it's something you need to stay on top of if you want some. And And I said 9mm. Nope, he said it didn't have a 9mm. And I said, well, why in the world is 9mm so popular? And he was telling me, and it made a lot of sense. The 9mm, it's the reason it's so popular. The law enforcement guys, a good while back, got a bad reputation, didn't have enough power, but they really sort of juiced it up, and I won't go into all the details because I don't know a lot of details, but it's stronger now. It's just very, number one, it's very reliable. The law enforcement people feel very confident in it, and that's how it became popular in the mainstream. And it's easier to shoot, and also the 9mm. And on the show maybe tomorrow I'll show you some of the reasons and all, but it's been really good. Now let's go from there. And I've been wanting to do this from day one of last week when I was talking about pompano, because we never did get to finish those places to go. Is that up? Okay. The other places to go for pompano fishing. Remember, we're starting on the west end and going on the east end. I see the clock. We're not going to be able to finish it now, but I do want to mention. Let's go ahead and go to one other place. And this is so easy to get to, and one of the top places around is St. George Island State Park. Just go surf fishing for pompano in that area there. And you can see the trails. I'm going to sort of zoom in on it. That's a nice little piece of land. Again, it's a state park. But what the pompano do, they're coming from right to left in the springtime, and what they'll do, and that path right there is full of sharks, and be aware of that. But they're coming now fall. They come from left to right, and anywhere. When I was down there last weekend, I started to run out there. We ran out of time to show you some spots. I fished there many years ago. I haven't fished there lately, but I do get reports on a regular basis from Ned Maxwell, some of those folks, about fishing on St. George Island State Park. We're gonna run out of time. Listen, tomorrow we're gonna be giving the famous Friday fishing forecast, and it's been a slow week, but it really picked up the last 2 days from the reports we're getting. So it's gonna be a good one tomorrow. And also we're drawing for some seafood and gift certificate. Y'all have a great day. Do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.